I didn't think I was going to make any videos this week because I forgot my good camera offshore, and this one takes terrible video. And then I got to thinking I need to do more videos. So if it's going to have to be terrible videos, let's review terrible figures. This right here is the Final Battle Optimus Prime. He was sold in a 2-pack with Final Battle Megatron. And as bad as this figure is, he's still the highlight of the set. So anyway, let's start off with the problems. Okay, let me just say, the best part of this figure is his gun. Cool gun. I mean, wasted on this figure. Okay. It looks a lot like they were trying to base it off of the 20th Prime, but failed. The knees don't collapse, so you end up with this 30-foot long truck mode that won't really stay level. Everything is ball jointed, and the hip is just, well, let's break it apart and show you. It's just this rod with 2 small nubs on either side, and that's all that holds the waist together, period, is that. It's a very fragile waist, but it's easy to put together, and you probably won't break anything in it because it's so weak. It just gives before anything will break. This right here, this is loose. The waist doesn't hold itself very tight in the truck mode. And the arms, there's... Oh wait, yes there is. There is something in there to actually... Well, is it? Oh, it's there to help align it, but it does not hold anything. So the arms don't stay in place all that great. Now, to transform him, very G1 Prime-esque. You know, the headlights become the hands, and it really is a good transformation scheme. You know, the first 3 or 4 times they use it. That is kind of neat right here. Whenever you move the hips into position, the tires move up. But you have to take and turn the waist around before you do it, so that you don't have this huge bumper as his groin. So anyway, there you go. Flip his little headlights out, and they become his hands. His gun transforms. You just push that forward, and becomes really a very nice gun. It looks good. Got a scope on it. Got a drum magazine. It looks like a good, cool gun. What's not cool is this guy's gimmick. They gave him a it's supposed to be a punch, and they have this button on the back that whenever you hit it, it does this, and he punches in circles a lot. In fact, you only have to push the button. He just do like that, just twirl him a little bit. There is no resistance at all in this guy's gimmick. And it's actually the exact same gimmick that Megatron uses, but in his hand, so it's not quite so bad. In fact, he'll spin him around the other direction. This is, hands down, well, let me back up. I don't have the Fast Action Battler Optimus Prime, which this guy actually, I saw him in a 2-pack with that figure. And if you bought that, shame on you. That's your own fault. If you, there's only like 1 Fast Action Battler I've even considered buying, and that's the Frenzy, because that's going to be the only decent transforming Frenzy ever. But back to this figure. What? Did nobody touch this toy during the testing phase and say, you know, we might ought to put, you know, something to where the waist will, the chest will not spin freely? Because, okay, I'm just going to, let's see if I can take and put this down and just not touch it and spin it, just to show you how free this spins. No, it hit my watch. I mean, there is one cool thing. The windows are clear, and he has seats inside, so somebody can, get motion sickness in him. But anyway, that's him. That's his review. And as is the tradition when I use a review a figure I don't like, this guy will die a painful death. Stick around for it if you want. Forgot to mention, he is actually fairly posable. There is some good posability in here. Someone told me I need to talk more about the posability. He has a rotator underneath his shoulder. Shoulder is ball jointed. So it's, free to do anything you want with it. Good range of motion, 90 degrees in the elbows. Underneath the hips, you have a ball, no, it's not a ball joint, it's just some sort of little peg that it rotates on. The hips are ball jointed though, and the knees. The feet, part of the transformation is they can conform to the surface, front to back, but not side to side. And of course you have unlimited posability right here, and the hips are locked in place, but he can rotate just below here. So, now on to the death.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the disclaimer. That's right, the disclaimer. This American apple pie institution known as parental discretion will cleanse any sense of innuendo or sarcasm from the lyrics, which might actually make you think, and will also insult your intelligence at the same time. So, protect your family.
The only way to ever leave is over flooded by the storm, and it